I'm Mathijs, Senior Director of Business Development at Lummus Technology. Lummus is a licensing company. We license more than 165 technologies, a lot of them now in the renewable and sustainable area. Plastic pyrolysis, green hydrogen, SAF, so all of the new technologies that are needed to decarbonize the industry. At the PRC there are many operating companies, a lot of other companies that are of interest. You can make good contacts with our clients, but also with people that we work together. It's a very nice location of every time, and also the organization is very well, so they make sure that you can meet the people that you want to meet, and all the presentations are very good as well for most of the presenters. My focus of the presentation was on the different technologies that Lummus has to offer, green hydrogen, plastic pyrolysis, and how they can be applied within the industry, and how they would serve to make the pathway to decarbonizing the industry, and whatever technologies we have and which technologies we are developing to support all the operators to achieve their goals for 2050. One of the major regulatory requirements is the amount of SAF that has to be blended into the jet fuel. There's technologies available, some are already proven and are commercially available and are being applied. Others do need quite some development. The alcohol-to-jet technologies or Fischer technologies to produce SAF, they need a lot more development yet, and also PTL, so Power-to-Liquids. These technologies still need quite some funding to get there, and the regulatory framework, it's there, but it's not supported by the economics yet. So there might be some incentives for governments to support the industry to develop these technologies further and to implement them into the downstream industry. And similar applies to plastic waste. There's a lot of plastic waste. We should do something to get rid of it, recycling it, and to ensure that we don't need fossil fuel to replace it would be a great way forward. But yeah, also there's still some competition from fossil fuel, which is quite cheap, so it's very hard to implement these technologies. So some additional support from governments for the companies to implement it would be welcome to bring this technology further. One of the most promising is plastic pyrolysis. We have different technologies there for smaller and larger capacities, and they can be nicely integrated into existing assets, so you don't lose the current assets, you can use them and still be able to produce circular plastics or renewable fuels. So these are all available, these technologies, and they are quite interesting for companies to look into them to see how they can be implemented in their industry, also taking into account the logistics around the plastics collection. The major takeaway is that the companies are still looking into ways that they can decarbonize the industry. There's still a lot of development ongoing, and so yeah, for us it's also interesting to see how we can assist in that route for decarbonization. How can it be improved? And that's for us a takeaway is that yeah, it's still an expensive route to produce renewable fuels or renewable plastics. We have to look into how we can improve that by technology innovations to make sure that we are competitive with fossil fuels, so that the industry can apply our technologies and really be competitive in the market.